Hi, welcome back. This is the first video in the series 7 Steps to a Meditation Practice, and I'm Faye Jones. I'll be your host. Today we're going to be talking about the things that hold you back from getting started in a meditation practice. I think it's important to look at the things that get in your way, because those are going to be the excuses or the reasons or the things that prevent you from even starting. So first of all, we're going to look at, one of the big ones, I think. People think that meditation is difficult. They think that they're not able to sit for a long period of time, and there actually is a video coming up later in the series that's very specific to, actually 2 videos, that are going to help you to sit more comfortably. So we'll kind of wash over that one for right now. But the other part of it is really that people think it's complicated. People, historically, the people who have been consistent in doing meditation are, they were the sages and the adepts. And I think that people think that it's reserved for those kinds of people who spend a great deal of time every day meditating, and people who are very good at quieting their minds. So it is definitely not restricted to those kinds of people, though, although those kind of people do meditate. Now, it does bring up another misconception about meditation, and that is that you have to have a quiet mind to, do it right, and to have a successful practice. Now, this, I think, is the biggest misunderstanding and the reason that most people give up in frustration. So meditation really is just a practice in present moment awareness. And one of the things that happens when you start to do that is you notice your thoughts. And this is actually a very powerful thing. Remember, in the introduction video, we talked about training a puppy. And when you first bring your puppy home, you spend a lot of time just kind of hovering over, making sure that he's not tearing up the pillows or peeing in a corner or, just making a mess or wreaking havoc in your house. The same becomes true then when you're meditating. As you begin to do more of it, you start to notice that, wow, those are thoughts. I'm noticing that I'm having thoughts. And the funny thing about meditation in general, and people say, oh, I can't quiet my mind. I always joke with the people in the classes and the workshops that I teach that meditation is often the loudest time of my day, because I'm actually paying attention. And the truth is, those thoughts, your mind is going and going and going, whether you're paying attention to it or not. And just like that little puppy, if you are not staying on top of it, it can kind of tear things up for you. It can take you in places that you don't necessarily want to go. And if you stay on top of it, then you're going to be a little bit more likely to catch it before it becomes a problem. So just to go back, definitely it is not a prerequisite that you're able to quiet your mind to do it right. This is a very important part of the process, in fact, is witnessing the thoughts. So the next thing that holds a lot of people up is they believe that meditation requires having some kind of religious or spiritual belief. Now, the truth of the matter is all different kinds of people meditate. People with many different faiths meditate. People who are agnostic and atheist meditate. So it's not really so much that that's a prerequisite of any kind. This is a process where you're looking to experience some inner quiet. And that's it, just inner quiet. There are also unbelievable health benefits that go along with this. Blood pressure is lowered, immune function is raised, stress, anxiety reduced, lots of great changes with sleep and mood, and all of these things are a direct result of meditation. Now, for me personally, I began meditating as part of a process of taking better care of myself as I was going through perimenopause, because I was one of those people whose PMS kicked in overdrive. And it really was something that helped me press my reset button in a very amazing way on a daily basis. And it kept me, again, it kind of kept me on top of the moods in the same way that you keep on top of the thought. So the last myth that we're going to look at today is something I hear all the time. People say, oh, I'm so interested. I'm very curious about meditation, but I just do not have time. Well, first thing is I recommend when you're first starting out that you don't take a lot of time. Start small, because when you start small, you create some success and then you can build on that success. And as it becomes more comfortable for you to sit for longer periods of time, you can add time. As you get a little bit more adept at witnessing your thoughts and then releasing them, and releasing the judgment that goes along with the fact that your mind is going 100 miles an hour, because most of us are like that, you actually can build in a very organic way, in a way that makes a lot of sense, and in a way that's really not difficult. So what you're doing with meditation is you're cultivating this restful awareness, just that present state. And paradoxically, when you do that, you actually end up having more time, because like I said, we're pressing a reset button. And when you do that, your blood pressure is lowered, your heart rate is lower, you're breathing more slowly, you're calmer, you're less likely to make mistakes. And you tend to not feel like, oh, I'm running out of time, which comes along with a high level of stress. So as you are meditating more regularly, those things kind of back out of your reality, and you just don't even feel like that on most days. And when you do, you have the reference point of being able to stop and take a breath and pressing that reset button once again in the middle of chaos. And it's really an amazing way to actually create a little bit more time and more productivity, and doing more, accomplishing more in less time with less effort. So I definitely do not believe that the concern about time is a warranted concern. There are people who are extremely busy executives, some people that I know personally, some people that I've read about. I know Warren Buffett meditates every single day. At the beginning of his day, he goes in, he closes his door, he takes 5, 10, 15 minutes for himself, gets his head on straight, and then begins his day. And I think he's quite possibly one of the busiest people that I even know about in the world. So time, I don't think, is the issue that you think it is. So my recommendation is that you get started. So what we're going to do right now is just take a few short minutes and sit. It does not matter where you are. You can be in a comfortable chair. You can be sitting on the floor. All we're going to do is just take a few moments and observe the breath. So close your eyes and begin to notice your breathing. You might feel the chest or the belly rising and falling. Maybe you'll notice the cool air moving in through your nostrils. Become aware of your inhale and the point that it turns into an exhale. And continue breathing like this for 5 breaths. You can use the counting as a tool to bring your focus, bring your awareness, bring your attention to your breath. Now take a big inhale and blow it out. Open your eyes. Have a wonderful day. Watch your email for tomorrow's video, which is going to begin the process of getting ready to sit in meditation. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.